Oh yeah, we got him. Trey, Frazier, and Maestro Styles, you know we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.
Yo, what up, what up? Welcome back, y'all. It's a brand new episode of the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. We are streaming live on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and on the Facebook page. It's your boy, Trey Frazier, back in the building. Got the homie Maestro Styles with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you?
I'm great, man. How you be, bro?
Man, I see you look rested, man. You look rested.
Yeah, yes, sir, man. Long story. I'm not gonna go deep into it, but we had a change of plans for the spring break. Ended up doing a road trip instead of flying due to the situations going on with TSA. So
Right.
that road trip worked itself out, man. Happy to be back and refreshed, and we missed a lot. We definitely missed a lot. I've been meaning to try to, do some videos over the course of the week, but things just been crazy, in the personal life. But I'm good, man. How you be?
I'm good, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to get into some sports shit, man. Let's talk some sports shit, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let me give a big congrats to the Michigan men last night winning the national championship.
Yeah.
Got to see the Fab Five in the house and, all through that run. So, good for that program on their part. And the UCLA women, a couple of nights ago, getting the chip there. So congrats to them. They've been going at it.
We got.
I ain't want to say it.
Why? Why we can't say that?
It's Dawn Staley.
Dawn Staley is still a legend. She is all the consummate professionals and things we like about Dawn Staley. But UCLA beat the brakes off South Carolina.
They did. They certainly did. But UCLA deserved it. They deserve all the praise and the accolades. They've been knocking on the door for a couple of years now. They was in the Final Four last year. So UCLA definitely is going to get my flowers. And yes, it was not a good look for South Carolina, but I'm with you. It don't change nothing for me with Dawn Staley. Hey, she beat Gino's ass. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, well,
I tell you that. I know it ain't the chip. I know it ain't the chip, but there was some things exchanged after that matchup in the first Final Four round there. But nah, she's still a legend. This is what legends do. They they get knocked down and then they have to go and regroup. And I think that's what Dawn's gonna do.
So who wins in a fight? Who wins in a fight?
What?
Gino or Dawn? Who wins, dog?
I'm not answering that.
Let's just get straight to the shit, man. Who wins in a fight, man?
In a
fade. In a fade. I mean it.
You really about to make me entertain this, dog?
I got Dawn. I'm telling you who I got. I got Dawn. I got Dawn in the fade.
Okay. All right.
I got Dawn in the fade.
All right. Okay, good for you.
Gino, you lying son of a bitch. Gino, you's a liar. You a liar, Gino.
Yeah, he got his ass.
Son of a bitch.
He got his ass whooped.
No,
that too.
He's also a liar.
That too. We
already know he lost. We talked about that 2 seconds ago. We need to emphasize that he's a liar. Liar.
Sure.
You a liar. A legend in the basketball game. Let me be clear to state that he is that. He is a legend in the basketball game. But you's a liar. You a lie. You went right on that podium and told a bold-faced lie. You a
Not only
liar.
that, not only that, the way he handled that, what was it, the halftime interview or the third quarter interview, the way he kind of handled that, calling Dawn out, for how she was handling the referees during the game and all that.
Yeah,
Like my
like
G, like you can't be doing that, bro. Like
I mean,
you
you
can't
can
be
do what
doing
you
none of that.
want. I mean, you
You
can do
can't.
what you want. It's just it's just we gonna come on sports shows and talk about it. You can do what you want.
Nah,
Look,
he can't. Nah, I'm not going
Gino,
with that.
he could do it. He could do it again. And what? His legend gonna be taken away? He's still Gino.
No,
He's still
but
Gino.
I'm not saying he's
He
not.
Gino.
I'm,
Gino
I'm,
got years in the game where he could criticize, do whatever he want to do. That's within, obviously legalities and shit like that. He could do whatever he want. He a legend. He could do or say whatever he want to say in these interviews. He like Quincy Jones at this stage of the game in music.
he
He can say
lost.
whatever.
He got his ass kicked.
And no,
That's why he was acting the way he was
but
acting.
that's not what we disputing. We disputing, can he do that?
Oh
And
no, it's no dispute.
he got
It's
the
no,
stripes. He got stripes in the game where he can go on these interviews and do whatever the fuck he want to do within
it's
legalities and costing people money.
it's no dispute. If he wins, he ain't doing all that acting and all that. Is my point.
Sure, right? I get that. All I'm saying is you saying he can't do that. I want to be clear that Gino is a legend enough in this game where he could be shady. He could be a sore loser. He could do all these things he wanted to do. And yes, we gonna come on these shows and criticize him for it, but we ain't gonna,
Yeah.
history ain't gonna get erased because he a
I'm
liar.
not trying to erase that man. I'm not trying to.
I know
erase
you
that
ain't.
man
I'm not
history.
saying you at all. I'm just saying that ain't no real consequences outside of us coming on sports shows and talking about he a liar.
Yeah.
And he a
Okay.
sore loser.
And all those things. Bro, like
You a liar,
that was
Gino.
petty. That was petty, fam. Like
It wasn't. I mean, it was more than petty. You are a liar and a sore loser. And I ain't gonna say the daunted R word that comes to mind when you see a old white coach being like that towards a younger black coach.
I wouldn't even
coach.
go in there.
I'm not, and I'm not.
Okay,
And I'm
okay.
not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that boy,
back
you's
from
a
the break
liar.
and you on fire, boy.
You's a liar, boy. You's a liar, and you should be called as such until at least until this segment is over. I'll probably be over it by then. Obviously some time has passed, but I had to save that energy within me to make sure that I deliver to our audience that Maestro feels that you's a liar. You could be a sore loser. That happens in sports. You shouldn't be, and all the things. Maybe
all
you should
those
be a better
things are
person.
intertwined. In my opinion, all those things are intertwined.
No, the way you lied is crazy, way crazier than you being a sore loser. If comes in competition.
If he won, he would not be acting away.
Of course.
Look, the jersey rip, like we all saw. What's her name? Rip her own jersey. Like we all saw that. The cameras caught that. Like I'm not sure that that's even a thing. If UConn is in that game and is winning handily, like Gino, hey man,
you
take
a
the
liar.
L, move on.
You
bro.
a liar, and losses make you lie. You a liar.
For the 20th time.
Hey man, it should be highlighted. It should be highlighted. Hall of Fame career. Best, if you want to call him the best, I guess that's best women's college basketball coach. I think that's pretty safe to say. No.
Yeah, I think it's.
Like,
the record. It's
Pat
the record.
Summitt, maybe put Pat Summitt there with him, but I mean, it's him, right?
Yeah, no, it's him. It's him. There, he's at the top. You put Pat Summitt right there with him. Two, well, maybe number two. You probably put her at 2.
Yeah,
right.
But right under, so when you talk about accolades, best coach ever, and then put a little tab under there. A sore loser liar. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all the legends, if not most legendary coaches, are sore losers.
I ain't never seen Don Staley be a sore loser.
No, and that's why I said most. I
Yeah,
didn't say specifically Dawn. Dawn is very classy and she handles stuff the right way. But yeah, I've seen I've seen some legends become sore losers now. I mean,
yeah,
we don't
sure.
need to talk about Bill Belichick. You
Yeah,
know,
but
let's
see, I
not
don't
go
got a
there.
problem. Yeah, but I don't got a problem with sore losers. I don't have a
Hmm.
problem with sore losers. I got a
Yeah,
problem with Gino going on that podium and blatantly lying like it ain't cameras all around this
yeah.
world, let
I,
alone this basketball game.
Yeah,
And I and,
I got a problem with all of everything that happened that after that game. Pretty much everything from the lying to not taking losing very well to the halftime interview and how we handled that. Like everything about that, about everything, it just didn't sit right with me.
and
And
that
maybe if
and
it was just and maybe if it was just him being a sore loser, I might feel how you feel at. But I think just him lying about, the
and
jersey
and
and
then to
the
approach
interview, nah.
our black queen Don Staley in that manner. It's like what we doing? What are we
Yeah.
doing? What are we doing?
I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
What are we doing? And again, I'm not gonna go into the R word. I ain't gonna do that. I'm just
But
saying, what are we doing?
yeah, UCLA, congratulations to
For
the
sure.
UCLA women. They deserve that one. A bunch of seniors on that team, including Lauren Betts and what's the girl name that's from the area from Montgomery County? Rice. I forget her first name. Kiki Rice from
Okay.
Montgomery
Shout out to
County.
her.
So shout out to them. I got to tell you something, and we'll get off of college basketball. I watched most of the tournament for the most part, both men's and women's. Everything just seemed like a foregone conclusion, like to the final four. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all the number ones in the women's side went to the final four. For the most part, how many I think two number ones went on the men's side. UConn's men kind of, surprised some people with them being number two, but they were in the tougher side of the bracket. I can tell you the best game that I've seen that's like come down to like the very end was Kara Lawson's Duke women's team,
Mm-hmm.
the last buzzer beater against LSU, and sending Mulkey and the crew home and Flauget off to the draft. So other than that, and that was I think that was a Sweet 16 team
16.
game. So everything else was just kind of like damn, like can you make it interesting? Can you make it competitive? But maybe it's one of the reasons I didn't do a bracket this year. Like I usually on my bracket stuff, but I did not do one this
Hey,
year.
actually, hey, Trey, I do you one better. Not only did I not do a bracket this year, and haven't done one for the past 3 years,
Hmm. Is
I
it three
on
years? A
maybe
bracket for 3 years?
I
Wow.
haven't done a bracket in maybe 3 years. Yeah, maybe.
Wow. Wow.
Not only did I not do a bracket this year, but all of my information came from Instagram. I was doing better things. You know what I did the other day? I'm sorry, sports show. I shouldn't be doing this. I watched
You
the
brag
entire.
you get every chance to say you didn't watch
I
something.
watched the
You brag
entire
all
season
about
of
it, bro.
Paradise. I watched the entire season of Paradise the other day, and I promise you that was way more entertaining than anything in college basketball this year.
Good for you, bro. I wish I wish I knew what Paradise was about to entertain this
What?
conversation, but
What?
I'm not aware, bro. I'm not
Man,
aware.
hey. I know, and I'm not. I'm not a big TV watcher, but
Hmm.
man, great show, Paradise on Hulu. Trey, hey, you'll thank me, man.
How many seasons?
Well, I only watched one season, so I
Gotcha.
only watched one season. I think there's a second season, but I
Gotcha.
haven't watched the second season. But season one,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Sit down with the missus. Sit down with the missus and waste 8 hours of your day.
Listeners, viewers, there you have it. We've been struggling trying to get to the end of Upshaw's. Actually, it's like,
And I haven't watched Upshaws in a minute. Not because it's not funny. I just haven't watched it.
so you're behind. How many seasons? You don't know?
I don't know. Don't give me the line. I know. I do know that the show is over. That they stopped. That was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
last
yeah, yeah. They
season.
stopped.
But yeah.
Yep.
But no. I can't. I don't know. I might have watched. I think the last thing I remember on Upshaw's, I promise I won't, we had a sports show. Um, uh, the the young boy just moved in with Mike Epps. The young boy that was with his son. I'm sorry, his son.
The son. Yeah.
Yeah, the son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, had just moved in. So however long ago that was.
Okay, that might have been the end of season 2. So you're like 3 seasons behind. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Hey, look, you got time. Since you don't want to watch, I'm not going to say you don't want to watch sports programming, but there's going to come a time later in the year. There's going to come a time, as that's most likely going to be the summer, where you're going to get a chance to catch up on some stuff, because I know that's the time of year where I'll be catching up on stuff.
I have been way more interested in sports podcasts nowadays than I have been interested in actual sports. And I don't know what that means. But
the Wizards ain't good. I get it. Like it's not.
Maybe it's the Wizards are not good. Maybe it's
it's not exciting for you right now.
Man, look. So the other day I saw on a podcast, Eric Ebron. I'm sure you're familiar with Eric Ebron.
Tight end, the Lions.
Lions went to the Steelers, and I think ended his career with the Colts.
Yeah. Forgot he existed.
He was there. Well, he was on there talking about how Chris Ballard basically forced Andrew Luck into retirement. He was like, he was injured, and and Chris Ballard was basically like, Andrew Luck telling the team, I'm not ready to go yet, whatever.
Yeah.
And Chris Ballard was like, hey, well, either you gonna play or we gonna move on. So in that fateful year, that preseason where he retired. That was because Chris Ballard was like, yeah, no, we'll move on. You need to get your ass on that field or we gonna move on.
Wow.
And so I guess Andrew Luck took, believed him at his word and retired. Mm-hmm. This is to Eric Ebron. This is to
Eric Ebron. Okay.
This is what Eric Ebron says.
Okay. So if I don't hear from Eric Ebron ever again in life, I know what happened.
I mean, again, to Eric Ebron's account. You want to hear something else I heard on the podcast?
What's good?
Apparently players have been putting hands on former Dolphins coach Mike McDaniels while he was a coach for the Miami Dolphins. Raheem Mostert was on a podcast saying, I guess an issue he was had an issue in Miami is that it's one thing that where essentially him and Mike McDaniels was like the same age. It's like, nigga, who am I?
I was just about to say he's like their peer for the most part.
Yeah, right, exactly. So he's like nigga, the fuck I look like listening to you. And not only did he have that sentiment, but other players had that sentiment, and they was just like totally disrespecting this dude to the point where he had hands put on him several times as a coach for the Miami Dolphins. Now, obviously, he didn't say about who, and whoop whoop whoop. But the nigga Mike McDaniels was getting hands put on him, and wonder why the Dolphins ain't been no good outside of that 1 year.
A couple years
maybe.
Yeah, they ain't doing much, but am I surprised? No. If there's truth to that, but
I mean, I ain't got no reason to believe Raheem Mostert is a liar.
Sure, but the whole closeness in age, to me, the story's more believable. It's more believable
because it's all at his age at 31. I mean, it's all vets. We talking about like 31. You a vet. You ain't you ain't no crumb sniffing, nose running, you've been in this game for a long time. Like nigga, who is you to tell me anything? Which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily agree with that ideology, but you know what I'm saying? I get it. I do get it.
Yeah. I guess, man. Speaking of, and it's not a podcast that I was listening to. Quick shout out Amara's Logic in the IG live chat.
What up?
Got my sister-in-law, Lil Royalty 2285. Appreciate you. I watched LeBron, and I'm sure most people watch LeBron James make this comment about the city of Memphis, and his dislike for visiting the city, during the season. But also, and I guess to kind of set up the context, he was on a golf course with a bunch of white guys, yucking it up. Talked about how much he didn't like, visiting the city. Talked about the hotels aren't good, but the one comment, and by the way, I have absolutely no problem with him saying that he doesn't like particular cities. I mean, he mentioned other, Milwaukee, even Cleveland, where he played at, all his, majority of his career. I don't have a problem with players coming out and saying they don't like a particular city because of XYZ. But when that man said move the team to Nashville, I was like, bro, you got to calm down here. And I want to bring this up because I talked about the road trip we took during spring break. We drove to Nashville last Tuesday. Took 11 hours to get there. Stayed a couple of nights. Visited the National Museum for African American Music. Great place, by the way, if you ever visit Nashville. Took the kids, pictures and stuff like that. Walked the city. Listen, the Grizzlies are in the right city. They have built a culture with the fan base. They've built, sort of, grind city, the whole Zach Randolph, Tony Allen, like they built that culture just off of mirroring what that city is. It's a black ass city. Black people, majority population in that city. That franchise, that team fits that particular area, that city right there. As much as Nashville is one of those up and coming cities, party city, like, Wednesday, driving through downtown, loud music blasting, people walking the strip like it's New York. Debbie was like, "What? Is this spring break?" I said, "I don't think it's just spring break. I think this is everyday life in Nashville, where they just, playing country music and they blasting music and people walking all over the place and partying and stuff." And one day they'll probably get another professional franchise. It should not be the NBA. I don't think the NBA fits in Nashville. Keep the Grizzlies in Memphis. Your thoughts?
You said something that kind of triggered me. I'm trying to remember what it was because I was trying to be attentive and not cut you off. My thoughts on. I mean, I don't care. I mean, oh, that's what you said. They've established a culture. Do you think that? Do you think that's the case now in 2026 that we are still and obviously I'm not in Memphis. I ain't been in Memphis.
Me neither.
Do you feel like that's still the energy? Or do you think that's more nostalgia as opposed to that's the culture right now in Memphis?
I think it's both. Go ahead.
I say that because we're a long way, obviously, from a long years away from that team.
Yep.
And B, it's not like not like Memphis winning right now. It's not like Memphis has been a good team. I say for 3-4 years.
They've unloaded. They've unloaded some of their best players.
I guess what I'm getting at is that there was a time where if you was looking for the most workhorse team, good team, workhorse team, it was Memphis. I mean, even when you talk about Mike, like DeMarcus All, Mike Conley, like those days. Yeah. But we it even seemed we a long way from that, and it even seemed like they made an attempt to get away from that branding or that style of play when they brought in John Morant.
Well, they got you said two different things there.
Okay.
They definitely got away from the style of play, but I think in terms of the culture, and I'm not just talking about the way the Grizzlies, that old team, played. I'm just talking about how the team caters to the fan base. I'm talking about, concession stands are affordable, food items, clothing, all that stuff. All that stuff is catered to the fan base in Memphis, to the majority black population in that city.
You mean essentially they make it affordable?
That's part of it. When they do whoop that trick in the fourth quarter, they still do that even in the short John Morant era.
Okay.
They still do those things to cater to the fan base. So it's not just
So
style of play;
so are you
it's
saying
all those other things.
let me ask you, are you
Mhm.
saying that if this staff they took their time to Nashville that they wouldn't do the same thing in Nashville?
Mhm.
Meaning if instead of whoop that trick it was, and I'm just saying this because I don't know no
Mm.
good Nashville songs. Are they gonna start playing Arrested Development in the fourth quarter? Like what? Like you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like what's the like? Why can't they? And again, if you're asking me, your first
Mhm.
question was should they move? My answer is I don't care. Um,
Mhm.
I don't care because they that
They're not your team. I get it. Like I
well,
don't
not
care. Like
even that.
in
Well,
the
not
grand
even
scheme of
that.
things, I don't care either.
This
I'm
ain't
just
this
trying to have
ain't
a conversation.
right, but this ain't. I'm saying I don't care because this ain't moving and I won't even name a big name. This ain't moving. This ain't moving the Clippers to North Dakota. You know what I'm saying? Or this ain't moving the clip. This ain't moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of it like a not like
You know
not.
what this would be? You know what this would be? This would be like the Warriors moving across the bay from Oakland to rich San Francisco.
But the
That's
reason,
what this would be like.
okay, I mean the only reason I disagree with you is because Memphis
Mhm.
ain't. I'm not talking about levels. I'm just talking about Golden State is known, even though they're not winning right now, they're known as a winning franchise. They're still in that window of,
Yeah.
you never know. Steph Curry might do something like like he came in the other game and I guess he played 24 minutes the other game
Yeah.
and he was and that's a story like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because hope is quote unquote restored for the Golden State Warriors to maybe make a splash in the playoffs, in which I don't believe, you don't believe, but that's the narrative that's pushed
Uh-huh.
media wise
Yeah.
is Steph Curry's back, so shit might start shaking.
Mhm.
So they
So
don't
are you
have that.
so
I'm saying they don't have that in Memphis.
are you with that what you said, are you implying that because the Grizzlies aren't good right now and maybe there's a forecast that maybe they won't be good for a while, that maybe they should consider moving the team across the state to
What I'm
Nashville?
saying, no, what I'm saying is I don't care one way or the other because this team doesn't have enough stock in my overall consensus of the NBA.
Okay.
They're not going to make enough noise for me to feel like, oh man, they leaving Memphis. This is going to be crazy. Like this ain't Seattle moving to Oklahoma City. Like Seattle was a basketball team. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
look
for
at
sure.
Memphis. We don't look at Memphis as far as basketball teams and say, oh, that's a basketball team. They just Memphis. No shade. They just
Mhm.
Memphis. They have a
Mhm.
basketball team, but they're just Memphis. You can
Mhm.
move that team to Nashville,
Mhm.
and God forbid they start winning. We like they I ain't gonna say they're gonna forget. Obviously Memphis fans ain't gonna forget. But you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I don't think that's gonna be such a big shakeup in the NBA outside of its headline of it being
I agree in a sense that if they did move, then of course the majority consensus is hey, they're moving into a up and coming city, they're moving into a better city, they're moving into an already arena that's suitable for basketball because they got hockey there, so they would be playing in that same building. But the conversation, I think, amongst black folks and people that kind of pay attention to these things and care a little bit more about the culture of what a team brings to a city, I think that group of people, I think there would be a disappointment. You're right.
okay. Okay.
It's not
Okay, you asking me a
Seattle
different, but now
to
you're asking me a different question.
yeah.
Because when you asked me the question at first, I took it from the sense of
Yeah, yeah. No,
how it
that's
affects the
cool.
NBA. How it affects the NBA. Man, if you
Hmm.
ask me, should they move? I mean, my answer would be the same, but I would have a little more sensitivity if that makes any more sense.
Hmm.
A black city would lose some sort of an infrastructure,
Yeah.
money at the end of the day,
Right.
to go to a richer infrastructure.
That's
with
why
more
I brought
money.
up the Warriors moving from the Oakland Bay to San Francisco. That's why I brought that up,
Okay.
because it's not just Oakland losing the Warriors. They've lost the Raiders and they about to lose the baseball team. So
Well,
that's probably Oakland probably going through worse than what Memphis could go through if they ever lost the Grizzlies. So that's why I brought that comparison up.
Here's a few thoughts that I've heard. One is, how dare LeBron do that? How dare LeBron be on there talking about LeBron, billionaire LeBron, biggest player in the NBA, be out here shitting on cities, but shitting on black cities, underprivileged black cities. And how dare his billionaire ass be sitting here shitting on that team when he could do something about it?
He don't care.
Hey, well, that's what I'm saying, and that's some of
he don't care.
That's the opinion I've heard. Because here's the thing: you're a billionaire. You're a billionaire. If you don't like the hotel, then build up another one. End the story. And it's not like, I'm not saying build another one out of some sense of charity. If you build a better hotel, then you're gonna obviously have that clientele. Basketball players, not concert goers, but when acts come into town, entertainment comes into town. That obviously when there's people with a high budget, they're gonna be going to your hotel because you fucking LeBron James and you put your brand into that hotel. So I mean, that was one. That's a criticism, and then the audacity of him to say. Meaning LeBron James, socially aware black man from Cleveland, Akron, Ohio, to say, let's take this money out this poor city and put it to this rich white city or richer white city. He the opinion is that nigga, you not super connected to the culture right now. That's a very what's the word I'm looking for?
I've heard that.
That's a very out of touch statement to make. Especially while you sitting on the golf course smoking cigars
amongst
with
white guys,
that's a very out of touch statement to make from that standpoint. So I guess again, if you don't like the hotels, I get it. Just all that. I mean, I gotta assume that he was saying that amongst motherfuckers who could make those types of things happen. That's what I'm assuming. So I don't know, but that's what I'm assuming.
So, in response to what you said about if there's an issue, why don't you build the hotel? I don't know that I would respond that way, because it's not just LeBron that's come out and has criticized the city of Memphis. It's other. I mean, Ant-Man, I think, once said something about the hotel, the area.
On there too.
Player. Right. Like it's been a lot of athletes that have come through and have said similar things. It's just because it's LeBron James that the noise becomes louder and thus it becomes a conversation.
I'm not gonna shoot him. I'm not gonna shoot him that much bail. It's not just
it's not his fault.
LeBron.
Well, it's not his fault that people are talking about it.
It's kind of his fault. Well, there were cameras around.
Sure, I get it.
He made a statement. Look, this nigga is not like. I get
if LeBron farts, people gonna talk about it. Like,
but
let's keep it real.
But if he fart quietly, then niggas don't hear it and it ain't nothing to talk about. So if he says out loud, the optics of it is terrible, and he's not just a billionaire because he know how to play basketball. He's a billionaire because he's smart.
Yeah.
Right. So I get it that you felt like that was the time to post up, and this was comfortable time per se. But it wasn't comfort time, because when you are LeBron James out in public with other rich people and cameras around, unfortunately, you have to be cognizant of what you say, because you are LeBron James. These are the things that come with being LeBron James. And again, so do it suck?
So you're saying, are you trying to say if Ant-Man said this would get the same?
If Ant-Man was in his same position, if Ant-Man was amongst billionaires saying the same exact thing, this would be the same. We would be having the same exact conversation.
Yes,
I am saying that. So, because the only difference between Ant-Man and LeBron James is, I ain't gonna say the only, because let me not disrespect LeBron James.
Right.
These both are very, very rich people, rich black people shitting on a community, a poor community, and that's whether you take it that way or not, that's the way it's being perceived.
Right.
Shit on a black community and saying, let's move the money from a poor black community and put it into a rich white community. That's how it's being taken. I think that's the overall consensus of how it's being taken. Did he mean it that way? I don't know. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Those are high dollar conversations that I'm not invited to. But that is how it's being perceived. So regardless of if it was LeBron James, if it was Ant-Man, if it was name another rich basketball, if it was James Harden, if it was Kyrie Irving, which we know it would never be because Kyrie Irving would be cognizant of that type of shit.
Yeah.
If it was Jaylen Brown, if it was Jason Tatum, the idea is high-level basketball player talking about a poor black city. And most of these guys came from poor black cities. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah, most.
Came from poor black cities. So to be sitting there kikiing it with rich white folk, white folk.
Optic. That's the
optic is
to me is the driver.
So you could plug any rich popular NBA player into that situation, and we would be having the same exact conversation. Now, where you're right is that it wouldn't be as big as LeBron James, because
and that's where I was trying to get to.
But the conversation would be the same. The same exact conversation would be the same. I think the news would get reported the same way, and we just wouldn't be. Again, it's LeBron James.
It'll go away if it's somebody else. But I think it's.
Well, I think it's going to go away with LeBron James.
No. Sure, I'm saying it would. I think with Ant-Man, I think it would have gone away already. I think with LeBron, I think it's going to be a few days before people just get tired of talking about it. So
well, don't give me the line, because I don't watch a whole bunch of ESPN and all that nowadays. I am a
that's just what I think. I mean,
I don't watch ESPN, so I don't know how long. I'm saying I don't know how long they've been talking about it. I know that if you can plug any high caliber, high profile NBA player, plug old NBA player. If Dwayne Wade, and I don't know why he popped in my head. If Dwayne Wade was in that same situation and he don't play basketball no more, the same conversation would be going on.
Yeah, I think people would bring up the whole, wait a minute, you're shitting on a black city, amongst white people and instigating a move to move the franchise to a much richer white city. Like I think those topics and those conversations I still take place, but I also think that because of who it is, I think the conversation goes to another level. I think it's the same conversation, but I think it goes to another level. But for me, I drew interest with this topic just because we was just in Nashville, a few days ago, and I don't want to pretend like I already know what Nashville is 100%, but and I've never been to Memphis, but from conversations that I've had with people and from what you see on television, what you hear people talk about, both cities are two drastically different cities.
One got a gang of black people, and one might be a little more mixed crowd.
Yeah. That's being polite. with the mixed crowd part, but because I ain't gonna hold you. I've seen a lot less of us there than more of them. So, but yeah, it's just two totally different drastic cities. And again, Nashville, they very well may get another professional franchise in that city. They very well may get a baseball team.
Yeah,
but I don't think it should be the NBA. I don't think it's the Grizzlies. Let me put it that way, because they're talking about, and the Sonics are coming back. I don't want to forget that news. The Sonics are coming back. Las Vegas is getting an expansion franchise. So Nashville maybe one day gets an expansion franchise, but I don't think it should be the Grizzlies to move to that city. I think the Grizzlies need to stay put. And I know you don't give a damn. In the end, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
In the end, in the very end, I don't care either. But the topic interests me. I thought it was a talking point. So
yeah, I'm not. No, it was a talking point. You just asked me a question. Like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to you. That's what we doing. That's you, my nigga. I'm gonna talk to you whether the camera's on or not. I'm just saying that in the grand scheme of things, I don't. Nah, that's the Memphis Grizzlies from an NBA, how they affect the NBA from that perspective. They don't. That doesn't affect me. That wouldn't move the needle for me. It would just be like, oh, okay, that's what's up. They moved to Nashville. From a social standpoint, I 100% how that would affect people. But I've never been to Memphis. Yeah. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to P Shark. You know what I'm saying? Like that. No shade to nobody nowhere from in that city. But I'm not tapped in. I think that fans from Memphis, if they say the Washington Wizards were moving from DC to I don't know, name a city, I think somebody from Memphis would just be like, oh, okay. They would unless they had been to DC before. You know what I'm saying? It's DC basketball isn't moving the NBA needle enough. Now, maybe from a social money standpoint, maybe we are, but I doubt that too. But
no, I get it. There's just certain, and maybe you don't mean this to drive this point home, but yes, the NBA, there's the crown jewels of the league, the Lakers, the Celtics, the Knicks, the Warriors, the Pistons, like the Sixers. Like there's certain franchises that if they ever relocated, like it would be a seismic shift, like. Like the Sonics. That was a seismic shift.
But I'm gonna tell you, like we've watched a team move and it not be seismic, and we know because we like when Charlotte moved to New Orleans. That wasn't a big thing.
No, that wasn't a big thing.
Nope. Maybe the fans were affected. I mean, obviously the fans were affected, but that just wasn't a big thing.
It wasn't a big thing. It wasn't. They didn't establish the type of like culture that really connected the city at that time like that. At least from what what's perceived anyway.
And they damn sure wasn't winning enough.
Yeah, they're right. They I mean the Grizzlies, that era of Grizzlies basketball was more successful than the 90s Hornets.
I think it's a reason why Toronto stays in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a reason why Toronto is in Canada and Vancouver is now in Memphis. There's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? So
no, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
Vince Carter. Vince Carter.
Yeah, for sure.
Tracy McGrady, like what I'm saying, there's a reason why Vancouver had. We can't maintain this.
Yeah. I mean, the story I read about the Vancouver move was they just wasn't selling enough tickets. They just wasn't filling the building.
Imagine that.
The city didn't care. The city didn't care.
They didn't have a Vince Carter. They didn't have a Tracy McGrady.
And they had who they had? Mahmoud Abdul. Who they have?
No shades. No, you got about to maybe say something shady to them. They didn't have no stars on that team.
No, I get it. I was just trying to figure out the name of the Grizzlies that was in Vancouver. I didn't want to mess the name up, but
no stars.
You're not helping me. So
no, I know because you're gonna make me shit on somebody, and I was gonna do it just because pardon.
We ain't got to do that, man.
No, it was going to come off that way anyway. It was going to come off that way.
Okay, all right.
You just messed up that man's name. That man.
I did, and I was hoping you might have remembered.
But why even say it if you knew you were going to fuck his name up? Because he could come on.
Because I was hoping maybe it would come to me fast enough.
Yeah, so you can't do that in podcast land. See, now he fuck around and see the clip and be like, "Fuck this nigga."
That's all right.
Nah, but you don't want that. Or maybe you do want him to say "fuck you," but you know what I'm saying. But
no, I don't. But if he do, I mean, it ain't gonna change my life.
I mean, all right, I respect that.
It ain't gonna change my life. You know what I mean? But
yeah, that was a name change. Let's be clear. He changed his name to that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I get it. Nah,
so that name is important to him. I'm just saying.
I get it. I mean. I'm waiting for you to correct me, but
I'm not because I'm not gonna disrespect his name because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh,
I know he was Chris Anderson, and as an adult, he changed his name to Abdul Raouf.
He was Chris Jackson.
Chris Jackson. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Pardon, yeah, Chris Anderson.
Man.
See, so now you didn't. Now
you thinking about Birdman?
So now you didn't. So now you didn't lean me in. So now if he decided that he wanted to be offended at what his mama named him, that he's saying fuck Maestro. I don't want that nigga to say fuck me. And you didn't drug me into this shit.
Hey, look, man, I had that effect sometimes, you know.
Hey man, let me give a shout out to my man DA, man, because I seen him on Instagram the other day, and then I went on to see some shit that disgusted me, and I hate to see when people wear out their welcome. Deontay Wilder had a fight recently. He fought a I don't know if Derek Chisora, who's a heavyweight boxer. He's been in the game for a long time. Him and Deontay Wilder fought what I would hope to believe to be their last fight, because I watched the fight. And what made me watch the fight is I saw DA's post on Instagram, and then I seen another post on Instagram where Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder are fighting mid-fight. And at one point, Deontay Wilder says, "I love you," mid-fight.
I saw that.
And then Derek Chisora comes back and says, "I love you too." And then an onslaught of punches start happening.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be clear to any boxer in the world, in the world, not just America, the world. If you at a stage of your career where you are fighting someone, I get it's sport. It's not, y'all don't have, in most cases, real matters towards each other. But if you ever at a point where you need to tell each other that you love each other in the ring mid-fight, it's probably your time to go ahead and stop fighting.
So I'm trying to think.
And while you're thinking, let me add to it. Derek Chisora has been in the game for a long time, and we've been saying Deontay Wilder has been washed up for a long time. So let's be very, very clear.
Right. Okay, so when you said you hope this was their last fight, you meant for the both of them to
just
call it quits.
Let me add, this is Derek Chisora's last fight.
Got you.
That was his last fight. Deontay Wilder, who we all know that right hand has got him a lot of money. So he might still feel like, man, this right hand still do that. Maybe I
got one more in me.
Yeah. Hey, bruh. You better fight Scrubs. I'm telling you that. You better fight Scrubs because you ain't got it. You look worse than you did before you took the break.
Mm-hmm.
Fury dealt with you 3 times, and I thought what you did was went back into the gym and got sharp and did all that and came back. Nah, you quit, lived life. Seemingly felt like, all right, nigga, let me get some bread real quick and let me get back in the game because, some people still want to see me fight. And then just went back and started fighting. And my G, for the love of the sport, if you have any love for the sport left, go ahead, get out, man. You can find some money somewhere else.
Yeah, so I understand that opinion because it's the correlation that you just don't, in my opinion, it's the correlation that you don't have the dog in you to, fight anymore.
No.
No, in my opinion. I'm saying in my opinion. I'm not saying that's what you're saying. I'm not saying that's what you're saying. I'm saying your opinion about if you say that in the middle of a fight, then it's time to hang it up. I can understand that opinion even from the standpoint of because when you in your prime and when you still if you consider yourself the dude in the ring, you try and get at niggas. You ain't
because let me tell you, right?
You ain't trying to tell nobody you love nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, because in the same, I had a lot of time today. Of time today to scroll social media. I was watching something the other day. It was today. I was watching something where Mike Tyson in his prime was in a press conference, and somebody in the audience yelled out, put him in a straitjacket. And the dude said, and Mike Tyson got back up there and said, "Put your mother in a straitjacket. I will bend you over and fuck you." Called the dude a faggot and everything. Like Mike Tyson, because when you in that zone. Yeah, you in that zone, you know what I'm saying. Right. I'm not saying not asking Deontay Wilder to be as malicious about his
right.
craft as Mike Tyson was when
Tell
he
somebody
telling
to put
people
their
in the
mom in a
audience.
thing.
And yeah, like he literally told the dude on several occasions in this video that I was watching that he will fuck him in his butt. That's what Mike Tyson said to I'm just telling you what he said. That's what he said.
It deserves a pause though. Like,
Yeah,
I know what
he
you're
said
saying,
it several times. I'm quoting somebody. This is not Maestro style saying this. That he would, you know what I'm saying? He told dude on at least 3 occasions in the video I watched that he would fuck him in the butt. And he called him gay, and he called him a fag, and he said, "Why don't you come over here so I can fuck you in the ass?" This is Mike Tyson saying this to some, So I'm not asking Deontay why did I have that type of dog in him. What I'm asking him is to not tell his opponent mid-fight that he love you. Like, this is not the time to be exchanging pleasantries.
Yeah, like that's my thing. Like, and that's why I kind of like I get the opinion about that, because it does have that notion that like you getting soft in the ring, bro. Like, what's going on? Like, you're not the dog that you once was. And again, I'm speaking in general, but I'm trying to think. Clarissa Shields, her last fight, and I'm not bringing this up to put a question out there whether it should be different for women boxers versus men boxers. But I do recall her, and I don't want to get the context incorrect, but I do recall telling her opponent that she said, "Hey, I love you, but and I'm paraphrasing. I'm gonna have to hit you. I'm gonna have to get you. So
yeah."
Is it different? Is it different because
different.
It's the gender, or is it the whole?
It's different.
Is it because it's outside of the ring versus during the match?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. No, this was mid-fight. Hands were up, crowd roaring, or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And this is when you're supposed to be locked in. I'm sure she said this in a press conference when she was being asked to talk Clarissa Shields. I've watched Clarissa Shields fight on several occasions. She too locked in to be thinking about love for somebody, even if she really has it for her opponent. She locked in.
Yeah, right.
This nigga was mid-fight. Like when do you think, again, sport or not, when do you think about, ooh, I love somebody if your hands is up? Like in real life, enough to say, because you too busy trying to box.
Yeah.
The art of hitting and not getting hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got no time to be thinking about or expressing love. To think it is one thing. To sit there and really take the what it takes to, hey man, I love you, in between, and have that pleasure. Like, come on, bro, what are we doing right now? What are we doing?
Yeah, no, I get it.
What are we doing, bro?
I totally get the opinion, but I just remember Clarissa Shields saying it. I just don't recall if it was post fight or toward the end of the match or toward the beginning of a match. I just don't remember the context, but I do remember her saying it, and I want to make sure that we're just not differentiating it because it's men boxing versus women boxing, and it's just that it's just strictly the fact that you said it in the middle of a match, and that constitutes that, hey, you lost that dog in you. It's just like, it's just like in basketball where you try and cross somebody over talking about, yeah, I love you, but I gotta break your ankles. Like, nah, like you ain't gotta express no affection for the nigga. Like, cross his ankles over. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just not the Carissa show. Yeah, it just ain't the same thing. It ain't the same thing. And no, I don't think that women are all of a sudden more sensitive in sports than men are, because like, no, I know that's not the thought that I have. That would be a crazy thought. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's still the art of hitting and not getting hit. Like I don't think because they have
and you got to get locked in. So
yeah. So no, no. To answer your question, no, that's not the case. So no, don't leave it there. Just let me segue, because I'm gonna go down.
I was trying to transition to something else.
All right, go ahead. All right, I'm about to say, let me be.
I was transitioning to something else, and you mentioned you mentioned Mike Tyson's pause moment there. A pause moment happened earlier on First Take. I retweeted it, but it's Stephen A on First Take. They're having a conversation about Wemby because he got hurt last night with his ribs, and
well.
this is yeah, get well soon for sure. This is Stephen A's quote on Wemby talking about him being slender despite him being amazing on the court. He says, quote, "The one thing lacking on him is that beef, that meat right there." I was like, yo, I'm like, my nigga, stop playing, man. Stephen A, stop playing, dog.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Stop playing, dog. Go
I'm
ahead.
I'm not gonna say no wild shit. I'm not gonna say no wild shit like that. But I have noticed. I'm not gonna say it again. I'm not saying no gay shit like that. Wemby be on the floor a lot.
You said Wemby?
Be on the floor a lot.
Oh, huh.
I was watching that Denver game that Denver game.
Great game, man.
Yeah, great fucking game.
Great regular season joint.
That nigga be on the floor a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He get knocked down a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. He
ain't
got the best. He's not muscular like that,
So I ain't gonna go and say all that wild shit that he just said. But I will say that nigga be on the floor a lot. Because this ain't the first Spurs game I watched out this year, obviously. So I'm saying like, yo, this nigga. I watched that game and call me a prisoner of the moment, if you want. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that game and kind of feel like, and I feel like you said that. I feel like you said this in prior podcasts. Yeah. The Thunder, you didn't say it quite like this. I think the Thunder are repeating. That's what I'm saying overall.
Okay.
But what you did say is that it seems like the Spurs have OKC's car and that Denver has the Spurs car. You said that on a podcast before.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that I said that the Nuggets have the Spurs number. I don't know that I've mentioned it that way, but for sure the Spurs
have
OKC's gotten the upper hand on OKC in these regular season matchups.
Okay.
And it's 5 games too, because the extra game was in the NBA Cup, which it still kind of counts during when you're standing.
I mean, a game was played. And
Yeah. No, for sure.
I say that to say that and obviously we don't know how seeding. I mean, we know where everybody stands. And shout out to Detroit for locking the number 1 seed, by the way. So we kind of know where people are going to stand, and then it's going to end in the next couple of days or so. So we kind of know where people are going to stand, but we don't know how if Denver is going to see San Antonio first, or like I'm sure you got some mathematical way to figure the shit out without even looking at the standings. But
well, my brother,
yeah.
Here we. Oh no, this isn't it. See, messing up, messing up, man.
Jump the gun,
man. What is going on? First day back.
I say it all to say is that I think OKC is going back to the finals. That's my overarching point. OKC is going back to the finals. I think you can. I'm confident in that. That's just what's going to happen. See, I don't want to see it like that because that make me think too much. I want to see the bracket.
Oh well, look. I mean, it's only
you go ahead.
Yeah, it's 3. Look, it's 3 games left.
Well, no, I get that.
Ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change with that.
The thinking that's making me, like, for instance, because obviously we don't know what's gonna happen in the play-in. Even though I could look at that and kind of tell you what I think is gonna happen, but you know what I'm saying. But okay, all right, let's try that. See, I'm saying. Okay,
come on, man. We a podcast, man. Let's do this.
Yeah,
man.
But I don't want to. I don't like thinking. I just want to talk. Ooh, that's the problem.
We getting old to the point where we just don't want to think no more. Wow.
Yeah, because now you're asking me to say, okay, I got the Clippers beating Phoenix. All right, so the Clippers are going to be the 7.
7.
Yeah?
They'll be the 7.
Right. So then I got Portland beating the Golden State Warriors. So they're going to be 8.
Okay. Okay.
They're going to be 8. Is that right?
More healthy. Yeah. Look, whoever. So if
So
Portland
I got
beats the
7.
Warriors, Portland plays the Suns
All right,
for
for the
for
7th
number 8.
seed.
For number 8, yes.
So and then okay, so I got it. So I got Portland and
So
Clippers
really,
in.
just flip flop the Clippers
I
and
got
Phoenix.
Portland. Yeah, no, because if Portland got to play if Golden State got to play the Clippers, I got the Clippers, and then they would get the 8 seed, right?
Yeah, but you just said you got the Blazers beating the Warriors.
So then the
the
Blazers
Blazers would
got to
play
play.
Phoenix. They would play Phoenix because
The Blazers would play.
the loser of 7 and 8 has to play the winner of 9 versus 10.
So Phoenix is going to beat. Do I got Phoenix beating Portland? Yeah, I guess I got Phoenix beating Portland.
Yes.
You know what I got, nigga. I might have
They've
picked
had a
Portland.
quiet. Come on, they've had a quiet good season.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Okay.
Has.
Yeah. But I guess. So let's leave it like it is then. So I got Phoenix and the Clippers. So this is
flip flop.
This is actually
That's what I was saying before. Flip flop. Phoenix and the Clippers. Clippers 7, Phoenix 8.
Okay. All right. Let me try to put this. Let me try to do this. Oklahoma City beats the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, the San Antonio Spurs beat the Clippers, and I'm not saying that that's going to be necessarily.
That won't be a quick series. I don't
right.
think that's
Right. I don't think that, but I do think that's going to be the case. The Denver Nuggets are going to. I got Denver over the Minnesota Timberwolves. I do. That's where I stand, and I got Houston over the Lakers. Because
Luka's out. Reeves is out.
out.
And truth be told, even with the 3 games left, the Lakers could still slide to 6. So
that part too. But if we're talking about as it stands, I got Houston over the Lakers. So now this is why I'm talking about. I had to think. Mm-hmm. Where's everybody? With everybody I just picked, where's everybody right now? That's why I'm talking about. I want to see the play. That's why.
Got you. So you're talking about a second round that's.
Who's going to run into who? Right. Who's going to run into who?
You got Nuggets Spurs in the second round. You got Houston OKC in the second round.
So I got I knew. That's why you good, my boy. I got okay. So the focus is on Denver and San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Denver can beat San Antonio.
Yeah.
In fact,
mm-hmm.
Based on what I just saw,
mm-hmm.
I got Denver beating San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to base it on that one game. And it was a great game.
I'm just telling you about me.
Sure.
I got Denver beating San Antonio in a 7-game series. In fact, I got them beating them in 6.
I am not basing it off the one game because I still think Denver's defense is not great. As you saw on Saturday, that defense is still not great. I think the Spurs have the ability, when they want to turn up defensively, they'll be able to do just that. So that's why I'm not going to base it off the one game. Can the Nuggets beat the Spurs in a series? Yes, I think they can, but I'm picking the Spurs, man. I'm picking the Spurs.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Spurs.
Well,
I want to see Spurs Thunder. That's me. That the conference finals. That's what I want to see right now.
I don't
forget
know.
everybody. Forget everybody else in the West.
Okay.
Spurs Thunder conference finals. That's where it's at for me.
But
I know Wemby and his health right now. I know that's going to be a thing. That will be something to be talked about.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but I got Denver. I'm just gonna say I got Denver. I don't know what I want. I mean, what I want is I want Ant-Man to step his shit up and get to the conference finals and actually get to the finals. That's what I want.
Yeah.
But that ain't happening this year. So
and the Wolves, look, let's be clear. The Wolves can beat Denver. Like, let's not.
Yeah. That's not me saying it. I'm just saying I don't know that they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And I know they've even done it in the past. I'm just saying I don't know if they're going to do it this year. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. They're just not popping off the screen for me, Minnesota.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like the past couple years. Like they're gonna be in that 3, 4, 5, creep up on you, because look, they performed in the playoffs like the past 2 years. They know how to turn it on.
But they should have been in the finals. They should have been in the finals.
Should they? I guess if you're basing it off of experience,
If
right?
you're I'm basing it off of Ant-Man taking that step that I feel like he's supposed to be taking. And we talked about this 2 years ago,
Yeah, no, for
where
sure,
like taking that step to being the next dude in the NBA. Like, let's get off this whoever we can say
SGA, man,
SGA and let me back up a little bit.
MVP.
I don't want this to feel like I'm shading SGA because I'm not. SGA
Yeah,
is him.
yeah.
I just felt like Ant-Man should have been taking that step.
No, I understand.
That's what I feel.
I understand.
What I feel.
He should be He should have been the first one.
He should
And if
be the
SGA
one.
come and get his, then so be it. I get it.
And let's be clear, SGA earned it. Like Ant-Man should have earned it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Ant-Man should have earned it. Ant-Man got the better looking shoe. He dunk a little more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A little more moxie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
but when you score only 16 points in the playoff game, man.
Absolutely.
That
This is more shade to Ant-Man than it is to SGA. Ant-Man failed. Not SGA. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
sure.
But Ant-Man should be the dude, and it's because of him not stepping it up or waiting to the fourth quarter to start driving to the lane and getting fouled, getting to the free throw line. In that 16-point game that you're talking about, it's like, bruh, like, come on, man, like you could be this could be you. You could be MVP conversation. You know, have a chip by now. Like, this is Ant-Man is him skill wise.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Now it looked like SGA worked a little bit harder. I'm not saying yay or nay. I'm just saying what it looked like when I look at games. Look like Slim locked in a little bit more in the practice session.
Oh, that's what you mean by he worked harder. Like he just locked in and
he locked in like he like mid range good, defense good. Like Ant-Man feel like it looked like, I'm just talking about what it looked like on the court. It looked Ant-Man looked like he know he that nigga, so he don't gotta work as hard. That's what it looked like on the court to me.
What it looks like on the court to me, you know, and I know we talk about these two guys a lot, but I mean, their supporting cast, and just particularly the Thunder's supporting cast, they got some ballers, man. Like they got some dudes. Like, you need a three. Isaiah Joe come off the bench, he gonna knock down a few threes. Like they got dudes when you least expect it, they gonna knock down some shots.
So you think it's more
Minnesota don't really got that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. The Thunder has a better team, a better
AJ Mitchell,
maybe even a
Williams,
a better coached team. Like, they understand what their system is. They got players that fit in that system. Like, I agree with that. I feel like if SGA have a game where he's scoring 40 against Minnesota, then Ant-Man better have his game scoring 50 in a loss. That's what I feel like. And if it's anything short of that, then your star failed your team. That's what I feel like.
Even if the others don't show up.
Yes, if the others don't show up, then you better have 50 points. You better have more points than the star on the other team that won. And now you can say, I did my job. Everybody else around me didn't do their job.
Well, I would say everybody else didn't do their job regardless. You know,
sure, but I'm talking about Ant-Man as a star.
And I know the stars always get the credit. They always get the blame. I get all that 100%.
Well, again, I'm not saying it's 100% Ant-Man's fault. I'm just saying that he is going to absolve most of the blame when you're the star of the team.
Sure.
Not all of it, but a strong, like, again, and just my philosophy, I'm not saying that the NBA isn't a team game. I'm saying that there are spots where stars shine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Much like any sport, but maybe more so in basketball than any team sport.
Third quarter, fourth quarter, yeah. Like it's the moments. Like when it's the moments. It's the moments. You know, like Klay Thompson all those years. Like Klay will get you like a 25, 30-point game in a game 6. Or in a game 7, he'll give you 25. And it's like, all right, Klay, you did your part, you helped me out. I'm gonna take it home now. It's the fourth quarter. I'm gonna take it home. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that Ant-Man has that 25-point man, consistently. I'm not saying he has that. I'm just saying that everything need to be left on the floor. I remember when Jordan. I don't remember, but Jordan lost to them Celtics team. He scored 63. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It got to be that. It got to be that.
For sure.
Yeah, it got.
But I think I meant to ask the question the other way around. If the others on Minnesota do show up and SGA's got 40, but it's a 3-point game in the fourth quarter with a minute left, and the others for Minnesota show up, Ant-Man got 30, and he hit a game tying field goal. He got 33. They win the game. Like, I don't think we like the game. We look at it differently. We look at it right. We look at it differently, right? But I'm saying in a loss, like in a loss for Minnesota, if the others show up, but Ant-Man still give you 30, 35.
Right. Then we're not
we look at it a little bit differently.
We're not so mad.
Right. We look at it differently if the others don't show up and he got to put up the 40 to at least match SGA.
Yeah, I feel like in a loss, you can take that graphic down, by the way. In a loss, if you haven't scored match scoring or over or outscored the other star in a game where your team isn't helping you, I mean, you're accused of not putting that team on your back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're accused of. You didn't put that team on your back, and depending on the way the game went, you're guilty of not putting the team on your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, when you're Anthony Edwards, and it's not like he's the prototypical star, right? Like 6'6", 2. I think like 220, 230. Like, where you're a rhythm shooter where you can get hot shooting the 3-ball, but you also have the capability of creating your own shot and getting to the free throw line. You have that capability to get there whenever you want.
Yeah.
Because you're athletic, you know how to play, you know how to slash and get to you have every offensive or most offensive weapons in your game. We've seen it. Yeah. So it's no excuse outside of motor or will. That's why, and especially in playoff time. That's why I stand with it.
So my guy, shout out to Pays and Plays podcast, Yo_Kai's in the IG live chat. He says Spurs versus Celtics finals. That's what he's got going. And look, that's not a bad pick.
I mean, it's quite the obvious, to be frank with you. I told you a couple weeks ago who going in the East. So you go ahead and cancel Christmas on that.
Okay, so we should just wait for the finals, right? Let's just.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
You gonna wait for the finals. You gonna wait for the finals because
I got Spurs. I got Celtics OKC.
Your team ain't in it. I got a team that's gonna be in this tournament here.
Don't worry, they ain't finna be long.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see. We will see. We shall see.
I guess now with Cade out, y'all better than Detroit. But I still don't think y'all. Gonna be able to.
I think we beat Detroit with Cade in the playoffs.
Okay. I mean, sure. I'm not even necessarily against that. I'm based on what we was talking about when they lost a few weeks back. I don't know.
Regular season, and
sure,
look, I'm not saying don't take the regular season serious. I'm not saying that, but we've seen, you and I, we watch a lot of these games. We watch the playoffs, and you and I know, because I remember the Melo Knicks when we won 54 games that one year, and I think we went 3-1 against the Heat that year.
Yeah,
wasn't nobody in their right mind gonna pick us to beat the Heat when it came down to playoff time. Wasn't nobody in their right mind doing that. So in this situation here, look, man, it's championship or bust. And what I mean by bust is that it's a failure. If not busting me saying that they should break the team up. I'm saying bust in the sense that it's a failure.
Yeah, well,
it's a failure.
Yeah, no,
it's a
I
failure.
agree. Well, let's be
Yeah,
clear, Trey. I said that last year that if y'all don't go this year, it's a failure. When y'all
yeah.
fired Tom Thibodeau off the random. So let's be clear. I agree with you. I'm saying I did all that to say, well, you go ahead and get ready for the off season because y'all not going to the championship.
Okay. I mean, look,
That's my opinion. I
we'll
know you
see.
have your opinion.
We'll see
I don't even really know what your opinion is. I know that you feel that if they don't make it, it's a failure. But do you think they actually going to make it?
that they're gonna make it. Well, yeah, I do think that they're gonna make it. I mean,
Okay.
look, think about it. Think about it this way. Look, the two teams that's ahead of us right now.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Just to be
Oh,
clear,
yeah.
you're not talking about the NBA Finals. You're talking about the Eastern Conference Championship.
No, I'm talking about getting to the finals.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to be clear. Okay.
Yeah, if they don't get to the
That's
look,
right.
if they get to the conference finals and they don't get to the finals, it's a failure.
Okay, I just want to make sure we was on the
Because
same
because it
page.
means that they ended up where they ended last year. That's what that means, right? So that's why I say it's finals or bust, meaning it's a failure. Like it's a total bust if they don't, if they don't get to their goal, which is the finals. So I'm looking at these two teams ahead of us, and I'm cool. Like, let Detroit be the 1 seed. Congratulations. Great
Yep.
regular season.
Yep.
Cade, get well soon. I hope you come back for sure. Boston, Tatum, we've seen Tatum come back and look great. Here's my question for Boston. And I do agree that they deserve to be the favorites going into the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. They deserve to be the favorites. Here's my question for Boston. And I brought this up a few weeks ago. I'm thinking about Porzingis. I'm thinking about Al Horford. I'm thinking about Drew Holiday. And I'm thinking about how those three guys were critical in their finals championship a couple of years ago. Those guys aren't on the team no more. I get it. It's a star-driven league, but you need others to
Obviously.
show up. You need the others to show up.
Obviously.
I'm looking at the Ketas. I'm looking at the Gonzalez's. I'm looking at the Bowser. I'm looking at the Vucevics. Like, I'm looking at those guys because those guys are the ones that replaced those guys, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at those guys. How they gonna fare in the playoffs? I'm just that would be my only, and that's a good problem to have if you're Boston, by the way. Like, that's a good problem to have. But if Boston ends up not getting to the finals, I think what we're going to look at is we're going to look at the play of those particular role players that replaced Drew Holiday and Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis. I think that's what we're going to be talking about if they don't get to the finals. Your thoughts?
Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's such a far gone conclusion to me that the Boston.
I mean, because look, what do you think? If they don't make it to the finals, what are you going to point to?
What am I going to point to?
What would you point to?
I don't know yet. That's my answer to your question. I don't know yet.
No, I can respect that. You kind of coming in, watching a few games and stuff. I respect that.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. I
respect that.
What I know about the Boston Celtics in the past, I don't know how many years.
The DNA is there.
Yeah, and it's not based in the front court. I mean, it just ain't. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the power forward and the center. So I know the three. I mean, so I'm excluding the wingman. Mm-hmm. It's not there. I mean, I'm not saying that games aren't won in rebounding and protecting the paint. I'm not, obviously. But when I think about the other teams in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, I mean, who's outside of Cleveland? Ain't nobody else's front court you believe in, and Atlanta ain't nobody else's front court you believe in for real.
It's with those other teams, it's really experience.
Everybody else.
Maybe with the exception of Philadelphia, everybody else you see there.
Philadelphia, I'm sorry.
Atlanta, young team. Toronto, young team. Hornets, young team, and you could forget those two Florida teams down there because I don't think they're going to get in.
Right. So we looking at this. We looking at the Eastern Conference, and it's like, the only that pick and roll Harden, Mobley, like that's going to be a problem in the playoffs for anybody.
For anybody.
For
Yeah.
anybody. For anybody.
For sure.
But if anybody can deal with it, I think the Boston team is best equipped to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Can Detroit deal with that?
No, but I don't got Detroit going to the finals. So
Sure.
I never had Detroit going.
But no. Because looking at this bracket, that's a second round matchup.
That's a second round matchup.
Cleveland is a second round matchup.
Right.
So you would take the Cavs over Detroit? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I was asking.
I mean, and to be honest with you, long before James Harden got there, I would have picked it. I just don't believe in Detroit because it's one score.
Mm-hmm.
And I get some guy, I forget the guy who's been kind of I seen somebody.
Dennis Jenkins.
Yeah, who's
point guard.
He's stepped up point wise, and he's been a little more.
They stepped up. Jalen Duren stepped up,
which he should be because he's getting more minutes. Like he's going to get, you know what I'm saying?
Like I've been saying, like there's been questions. Hey, is Detroit going to drop off the 1 seed? I'm like, nah. I think they're going to play themselves into the 1. I think they built to. Regular season wise, I think they're gonna finish strong.
Yeah.
So
okay.
They proved me right, but
but in the playoffs, they're not gonna be able to deal with Cleveland. No. I don't think they'd be able to. I mean, let's forget. I mean, with Cade Cunningham in, there was light discussion of would the 1 seed would the 8 be able to upset the 1, whoever the 8 seed would have been at the time.
Right.
And I
so
guess
Charlotte.
Charlotte, we talked about that because of Charlotte. We did speak about that because of Charlotte.
Could Charlotte push the Pistons to the brink?
And fuck the brink. Could they upset them? Mm-hmm. And the answer is yes. They are capable of upsetting them. The answer is yes. Mm-hmm. Without Cade Cunningham, I mean, and I get Cade probably will be back by the time. Well,
he'll be back.
He'll be. I mean, with Cade, that probability goes down. But without Cade. Mm-hmm. Do I think the Charlotte Hornets could upset Detroit? Yeah. 100%. I think they could upset.
It's a high possibility.
Possibility, right? Yeah. But getting back to, I think my overarching point, because you're a New York Knicks fan, is that Cap is going to have a hell of a playoffs. And I don't mean shooting threes. I don't mean shooting threes. I mean in the paint.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And obviously, we've been talking about this Cat's entire career, stemming all the way back to Minnesota. This is his Achilles heel. If you're not going to get big in the paint, you are doing your team a bit of a disservice. I mean, hell, that's been Embiid's critique his entire career outside of health. If you're not going to play in the paint consistently, you are doing more harm than good as far as the scheme of how basketball play is played and going to the finals. It just is what it is. And that's why I can't take Philly serious, and it's why I can't take New York serious this year.
I can't take Philly serious because you just know that somebody gonna injure something. It's not the talent. It's not the talent for me. Like, I think all those 3 guys, Maxey, Paul George, Joel Embiid, and VJ Edgecombe has had a nice rookie season, and I know they've been talking Cooper Flag, Con Knipple as the 2 guys for Rookie of the Year. But
by the way, shout out Cooper Flag scoring 45 the other night.
Yeah, and backed up by a 50-point performance, by the way, too.
Exactly.
VJ Edgecombe ain't getting enough love for me, just in terms of being talked about as one of the good rookies this season, especially when he's had to deal with these guys getting injured and stuff. Maxey's missed a bunch of games. All 3 of those guys healthy. The Sixers, all 3 of those guys healthy, and everybody's back to playing their normal roles. 4, including VJ. Yeah,
right.
And then everybody kind of gets put back to their roles. That team could be a problem in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That could be a problem for that. I think they could be a problem for Boston. Not saying they'll beat Boston in the series. I'm saying that's gonna be an issue, because you talked about front court. You talked about front court play. Sixers have front court play. when everybody's healthy and running. So
I mean, until Joel Embiid decide he want to shoot threes all day.
yeah, we'll see about we'll see. We're gonna shoot them.
Man.
We'll see about that. But I got to tell you, all in all, I think the East playoffs will be more fascinating than the West playoffs.
Yeah,
in my opinion, because I just think in the West it's two teams, and then there's a huge drop off after that. I know we want to give respect to the Nuggets and what Minnesota's been able to do the past couple of years with the conference final appearances, but right now it's Spurs Thunder. Like I think it's a foregone conclusion. I have absolutely no idea like how the East is going to shape up. I think an upset in the first round in the East is going to happen. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4 is all going in the second round. I think one of those 4 teams gets knocked off in the first round.
In all honesty, 1 and 2 are the most likely for an upset. And
you mean 1 versus 8?
No. I mean the first and second seed are most likely for upsets. And you said 1, 2, 3, and 4 are not going to make it to the second round.
Right.
I'm saying that I'm saying that depending on how Cade come back, that 1 seed is ripe for the picking. And I think if the Sixers put it together, Boston could be ripe for the picking. Who would y'all play right now? Where it stands? 3.
We would play the Raptors, but I will say this.
See,
because that was a great that was a great game last night. Knicks Hawks in Atlanta. Down to the final minute. CJ hit the 3, but it didn't count. The buzzer went off, right? I think the Hawks could threaten the Knicks in that 3-6. If the Hawks somehow got the 6 and the Knicks stayed at 3, I think that's a threat to the Knicks. I think the Cavs. I think the Cavs at 4. I think the Cavs being at 4, I think could be a threat to get knocked off, depending on who it is. If it's Atlanta at the 5, I think they're a threat to knock Cleveland off. I mean, Cleveland. I mean, for as much as, and I know I'm a Knicks fan, so we talk a lot. I talk Knicks a lot, but Cleveland, they should be championship or bust too. Like I mean, the moves they made,
they're playing for a championship. I don't know if it's championship or bust for them though.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You fired a coach after JB got to the second round, and you get Kenny Atkinson. They get upset last year, and then they signed Donovan Mitchell to the extension. They trade for James Harden. Nah, man, like don't tell me that you not championship or bust and you made those moves over the last several years.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if James Harden and a coach switch is championship or bust the first year they do it. Like we gotta make the moves and prove that it's a formula that says,
so you're saying they need time. I'm
saying they at least need to go further than they went last year.
Got you. So
at least.
So the ceiling in your opinion, the ceiling for the Cavs is conference finals.
Yeah, right.
And anything less than that is.
Well, I don't know. I don't know from where. I don't know. I get the Cleveland Cavaliers have been perennial postseason players, postseason teams for maybe 4 or 5 years right now, and they've gradually made steps every single year.
Despite what the mainstream media, and I know we don't react to the mainstream media a lot, but I have to say it. Despite what mainstream media wants you to divert your attention away from, Cleveland is a team that should have, or if not should, have the aspirations of winning the championship. They made the moves.
But I think they have aspirations. I don't think it's a championship or bust. Like, as far as my opinion, I don't think it's championship or bust for Cleveland just because they don't have the story, the narrative behind them. They're just a team that's been perennially there. Now, if you're basing it on moves, like they're putting themselves in position to be that in the conversation that the Knicks are. They're having, you know what I'm saying? Knicks are in that conversation of Brunson.
They've been in it longer. The edge you give with the Knicks is they've been through the playoff wars longer than Cleveland has.
And they've given you the reason, like Brunson is a top 10 player in the league. I think Donovan
I
Mitchell
was
was
gonna
in the.
say
I
Donovan.
think he's in
He's
the
in the conversation.
conversation. I think he's in the
Yeah,
conversation, but
top 10.
I think he's in the
Yeah,
conversation. But I don't think. I think he falls. I think he's between that 10 to 15. If you're asking me off
you
the
think
cuff,
so?
I think
Man,
so. I think
man.
so. I
Okay.
think. I
And
think
and I know
Jalen.
and I know them getting Harden kind of changes that a bit because now he's with the ball less more than he was before he
But I
got
think
there.
Jalen
But
Brunson has been a honorary top 10 player since he's been a Knick.
I would say 10. Yeah, he's definitely
Yeah, like
top
an honor.
10.
Yeah, like an honor. He's probably like a more of an 11, but just because of the play he plays so hard, he's so productive on the court.
Hmm.
Like to me, he's like more like an honorary. He's like a 10.5. Like I think I can name 10 better ball players right now than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
But just because what he's done, you have to like say he's there.
yeah,
Without having a real list. If for the people who don't have real lists like me and you. So
hmm,
they Brunson's there. You know what I'm saying? You got a
yeah.
guy in Cat who you feel like if he just act right, you got him. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I mean, maybe not so much this year because you got rid of the coach, so maybe you don't believe in Mike Brown as much as you believed in Thibodeau last year. But you know what I'm
You know what's
saying?
crazy? Because it's as a fan, I just have to accept, and I've accepted this a long time ago,
Yeah,
but the Knicks are covered differently than the other teams are.
absolutely.
Because it's New York, because fans that root for the team in media, that work in media, always want to, talk about it. Even the people that work behind the scenes in media, they're Knicks fans. So you're always going to hear those conversations. You never like Cleveland's not covered like this,
No, of
but
course not.
it's like I said, Cleveland should have these same expectations put on them because of the moves they made.
Yeah,
So I try not to I try not to I I try not to get sucked in pause into all the negative conversations about the Knicks. Yes, there's spurts where they haven't played well. Um, but they've beat some good teams this season. Matter of fact, we're 51 wins. We've matched our win total from last year, and we got 3 games left. We're certainly going to exceed 51 wins. For as much negativity as this team has got throughout this season, they're right there. And quite frankly, if that team slides to the 4 somehow, I wouldn't be bothered by it regardless of how Boston looks or not. Like I think this team thrives off of being on the road. Just looking at their past several years of them being in the playoffs. I mean, they've had 6 series with home court advantage. They've lost 4 of them. They've only had 2 series where they haven't had the home court. And I get that's not enough of a sample size to judge that, but the 2 series they've had, not the home court, they've won both of them. So I think this team, and I just have to accept, maybe this team thrives better away from MSG than they do at MSG. So if they slid to the 4, I'm not going to be, too bothered about it.
Well, I said all that to say is that I don't think that the Cleveland Cavaliers have the same amount of pressure as the Knicks because the Knicks have showed up
Maybe not pressure, maybe not the pressure, but
it can't be it
I
can't
do
be
think if they get if Cleveland bows out in the second round again, they got to get the smoke. That's just me. If they bow
okay.
out in the second round, they gotta get the smoke.
So you saying they got to make you're saying they got to make the championships, the Eastern Conference championships,
Eastern Conference Finals.
finals. I'm
If
sorry.
they if they
I mean,
yeah
same, we
if they
said the
if they
same
if
thing.
they if they lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, I think as a Cavs fan, you sit back and you say, okay, you know, it was a good year. It's not where we wanted to go, but it's not all the way it's not all the way a bust situation because they got further than they did last year.
Yeah, we just disagree. I don't again. I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers, and yes, they've made moves this year in the coach and bringing in James Harden. I don't think they've done enough in the playoffs to make you feel like this is a championship team yet. With those iterations, and I also think that
what's missing with Cleveland? You think
what's missing with Cleveland? Just playing together.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Okay. Is Donovan Mitchell that guy that really can take you over the top? Because it's really on him.
That's true.
As far as taking him over the top,
because he's got a history of the first round exits with Utah.
Yeah, I mean,
the exits in Cleveland. Yeah.
That's it. That's really it. I mean, I think they just need time to play together. But the Knicks. And trust me, I 100% agree with you that media does play a role in how much stock we put into the New York Knicks. Because if this team was in Cleveland playing the way they were playing, maybe we ain't having this conversation. Maybe
they're just covered differently.
But I can't really say that because Jalen Brunson has single-handedly, and I mean single-handedly. All right, I take that back. It's the media. Mm-hmm. It's the media. I agree with you.
Yeah, because look, for example,
I agree with you now. You ain't got to stretch it. I agree with you. It's the media.
I just want to point this one example out.
But they are in championship or bust mode.
I don't disagree with you. I've been telling you that for a year and a half now. But I'm saying the media because we beat the Hawks last night, and prior to that, I think we lost 3 straight games against teams above 500, getting killed in the media, rightfully so. Hey, is this team really going to do something in the playoffs? Yeah, those conversations, the day after losses like that deserve to be had. We just beat the Hawks last night. The Hawks have been hot. I don't know if people have been paying attention. They've won 18 out of it. 18, not 18 in a row, but they've won 18 out of 20.
Oh, okay.
I think we just broke their home win streak since I think middle February, something like that. They hadn't lost at home in 6 weeks.
Really and then not to throw rain on your parade or rain, whatever the term is. Y'all supposed to be better than the Atlanta Hawks at this stage of the season. That's not. I'm sorry. I'm not putting.
But we're getting killed for But we're getting killed for losing to the Thunder. That's the discrepancy here. There should be no shame in losing to the Thunder. But I understand the conversation of, hey, if y'all trying to win a championship, these are the teams that you're going to see, that you're going to have to go through to get to what you're trying to do.
That is 100% the media's fault.
I understand that. Right.
That is 100% the media's fault.
Yeah. We're getting killed for losing to the Thunder. The Lakers got destroyed by the Thunder by 50 the other day.
Let's not put the Lakers in New York in the same conference.
Sure. Okay, I get it.
Let's not go too far, Trey.
I get it. I get it.
You was making a good point.
But it's the Lakers. The Lakers get covered differently too.
But the Lakers are not a good team, Trey. We got to stop this. They're not a good team.
Well, they're not a good team, or they're not a great team. Because I agree with you. They're not a great team. They're not a great team.
We don't think that they are going to go to the finals in their respective conference.
Sure.
Understood. Let's not go. But
you should not be getting beat by 50 when you got Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry
that you put that much stock in Austin Reeves and LeBron James, who ain't really been playing all year.
I'm surprised that you think a 50-point beatdown is okay with the Lakers.
The Lakers ain't the Knicks right now. In the grand scheme of power rankings, if that's the term you want to use, the Lakers ain't the Knicks.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying
that I have no issue, no real care for the Lakers and how badly they got beaten by the Thunder, because the Lakers, that's probably the last time they're going to see the Thunder this year.
Yeah, I get it.
I would have a way bigger problem with the Knicks losing to the Thunder, because you all have championship aspirations. It's a high probability you're going to see the Thunder in the finals. So if I'm a Knicks fan, a Knicks writer, a Knicks pundit, or
But
somebody watching,
should we be getting killed in the media for losing by 10 to the Thunder versus the Lakers who got killed
no.
by 50?
But
That's
we
my point.
agreed. No. We agreed there.
Yeah.
I'm saying slow down on comparing your 10-point loss to the Thunder to the Lakers' 50-point loss to the Thunder because y'all not in the same league. The Lakers and the Knicks. Y'all not. You're not in the same conversation. I mean, that to say league.
No, I get that, but the Lakers aren't the Kings. Though that type of loss, that's the Kings playing the Thunder. That type of loss.
Yeah, but
they're not that.
But we're
the
not
Lakers
talking
aren't
about,
that.
But yeah, Trey, we're not talking about October, November, December. We're talking about April. We
I
know where teams going. Like, so you say you get it, but I don't know that you get it.
No,
because a Lakers 50-point loss to the Thunder means absolutely nothing if you're watching the games. It means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing in April because we know the Lakers ain't going nowhere. We know they're not going nowhere. So it means absolutely nothing. I get players play, and I'm just talking about people who watch NBA and got opinions on the NBA. Me and you are of the collective belief that the Lakers are going absolutely nowhere. So for them to lose,
does that warrant them losing by 50 though? I guess that's my question.
I'm saying it doesn't matter. The reason why it's not a big. The reason why that 50-point loss ain't making big news in the NBA headlines is because it don't matter. Because nobody has stock in the Lakers ever seen the Thunder again this season. Whereas the Knicks are on the way to the championship, or is favorites to go to the finals. They're favorites, not the favorite, but Celtics. Probably Knicks, right? That's fair to say.
Sure.
In the Eastern Conference, Celtics.
If you're ranking in the Eastern Conference, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, and by the way, the Knicks are overdue. People feel like the Knicks should have won last year.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So all that. So yes. If you're just talking about the game of basketball and who Luka Doncic is and who the Lakers are,
that's what I'm talking about.
No. But that don't matter. But it can't really matter in April when we know where the Lakers are in April and where the Knicks are in April. I'm just saying. Sure, if you want to look at it from the perspective of basketball games being played, nobody should really be getting blown out by 50 points.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let's just look. Luka's hurt and Reeves. I don't know when he's coming back, but I'm
not in the regular season. He's out for the rest of the regular season at least.
Right, Luka.
Yeah.
But
Austin Reeves is.
Oh, Reeves is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So going back, let's just go back prior to the Thunder game where all those guys, the Lakers were healthy. Lakers had a nice little run. We all know, hey, they're not a championship caliber team, but there were serious conversations out there about a second round matchup between the Spurs and the Lakers. There were serious conversations about that. And that if somehow the Lakers can pull something, LeBron, he's aging, but the dude's still putting up numbers. You got Luka, you got, Reeves, you got, some of these guys. It was a serious conversation about them upsetting the Spurs. And I get where that's coming from because you're talking about veteranship versus a team that really hasn't been in the playoffs yet. Like, for as much as we, rave about the Spurs, these niggas ain't been in the playoffs together yet.
Yep.
We don't know how these dudes gonna respond.
For sure.
So if somehow the Lakers, let's just hypothetically say, hey, this team knocks the Spurs off in the second round. Now you're talking about Thunder Lakers in the conference final. That's what you're kind of talking about there. And I know I'm speaking hypotheticals here, but
obviously,
let's not act like. I don't want to act like people haven't been putting the Lakers in those, maybe it's in those hopeful conversations based on how they've been playing. And again, we've had this conversation.
You ain't even asked me the question and you answering your own question.
Huh? I'm answering my own question.
You haven't asked me the question yet and you're answering your own question. You know full and goddamn well that the Lakers are any conversations, any real conversations about the Lakers having a chance to be in the Western Conference Finals are people having hopeful conversations.
You're saying that didn't happen, or you just saying you don't believe it?
No, I'm saying that anybody who had those conversations were the people in the hopeful category of having NBA conversations. Because me and you know, I'm just talking about me and you. I mean, sure, everybody got an opinion.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
everybody
for
got
sure.
assholes.
Yeah,
Me
I'm
and
just
you
telling you
know.
what I've been hearing. I'm not saying that I share those. I'm not saying that I share those opinions with these people. I'm just telling you that that's what the consensus was about this team at one point in the year.
You watch way more NBA coverage than me,
Yeah, and when I talk, I'm basing it off
let
of
me
what I'm
say,
hearing. So
let me answer that. Let me answer that. The Lakers have no fucking chance.
obviously now,
Well, okay.
obviously
What was
now,
what
I said when those guys were healthy, I
What
said
were we
that
talking about in March? When
just
did
last
when they
week,
lose by
just
when they
just
lost?
last week, just
They
last
lost by
week,
50 last week. They lost by
just
50. Was
last week.
everybody?
Yes,
Luka was healthy.
just last week.
Luka
Yes,
was healthy. I don't remember when Luka got injured. Luka was healthy.
I'm just saying.
Everybody was healthy.
I said just last week prior to them playing the Thunder.
So I'm asking,
Uh-huh.
when they lost by 50, everybody with the Los Angeles Lakers was healthy.
No, I never said
Okay.
that.
No. I'm asking. I didn't say you said that.
Okay.
Asking.
Yeah, no. He
Okay.
wasn't. That matter of fact, that was the last game he was in. That was the hamstring game. He hurt his hamstring.
So they got blown out by 50 in a game where their best scorer got hurt.
Later in the game, by the way, this wasn't first quarter.
Third quarter, sure. It was third quarter.
They was getting it handed to him with all those guys on the floor.
So
I want to be clear about that.
So let me be clear.
Yeah.
Again, this really just goes back to what I feel like I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers had no shot of seeing this team ever again. It really didn't matter.
Right.
So
now
anybody, it didn't matter a week ago. Hell, I recall having a conversation with you.
Yep.
And we had a guest on.
Mm-hmm.
And we was laughing the Lakers out the gym in fucking February.
Yeah, that was February.
So the Lakers haven't had a chance in February. They ain't had a chance in March. They ain't had a chance in April. Okay. They have no chance. So let me land the plane. Yep. Let me close the point.
Yep.
So them losing by 50 points to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who we all believe are going to the finals, or at least the favorite to go to the finals in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
The Lakers losing to that team has no weight at all, because we don't have any expectations for the Lakers. We haven't had any expectations for the Lakers since at least February. Now, in comparison to the New York Knicks,
yeah,
who not only is a championship or bust team in your mind, but has been in NBA world for about 2 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
Them losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder by 10 points, while it's not as egregious as losing by 50, does hold a lot more weight, because we know where the Knicks are going, or where they are projected to go, and we know where the Lakers are projected to go. And yes, media does play a role in that, but at the same time, the facts are the facts. The Lakers are here, and the Knicks are here.
Yeah, that part I agree with. That part
so
I agree
all
with.
That to say is that the Lakers don't deserve. I mean, if from the sake of being basketball players, sure, give them some smoke. But in the grand scheme of how this season is going to progress in April, the Lakers, means absolutely nothing. Yeah, it means absolutely nothing.
They're hurt. Look. The stars are hurt at this point.
If they was healthy, they wasn't going nowhere.
If they was healthy, no. You're right. If they were healthy now, media would still be trying to talk this team up into potentially being in a second round with the Spurs.
But that's the media's fault.
Right. And that's my point. And that's on my point. My whole point
when you said media, I thought you were talking about the Knicks.
No, I'm talking about media just in general, involving those two situations. But my whole point is that the media gets inconsistent when it comes to covering certain teams.
Because you said
Wins,
the Lakers wasn't
losses,
getting
those
no
kind of things.
smoke. So you said the Lakers wasn't getting no smoke when they lost by 50 points. That's what you said, correct?
That they wasn't getting the smoke like that.
So that's not the media's, but that's not the media. So let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly.
Yeah.
You're criticizing the media for being inconsistent for not getting in the Lakers shit about losing by 50 to the Thunder.
About losing 50 to the Thunder.
I'm saying, okay, so I just want to finish my overall point.
Yeah.
I'm saying they shouldn't be covering. I don't give a fuck. I don't think the media is being inconsistent. I think for once the media is actually treating the Lakers how they deserve to be treated. Because this is not a good team. This is not a championship team. So why am I wasting my time talking about the Lakers being blown out by 50 by a championship team when the Lakers are indeed not a championship team?
Because they got one of the top 5 players on
But they're
the
not
roster.
a championship team. Team.
Okay, so I guess we just see it differently, and that's cool.
Okay, right.
That's cool. Just from my perspective, when you got a top 5 player on your team with one of the greatest players, and granted he's 40 years old, but he's still playing, some good basketball, and you got one of the better, guards in Austin Reeves on your roster, and you're healthy, you should lose to the Thunder. You should lose to the Thunder. You lose by 10, okay. Good loss. Like, for the Lakers' perspective, okay, good loss. Losing by 50, and you were down by 30 by the end of the first quarter? Nah. I can't let that ride. Championship or no championship. I just can't. The optics just look bad to me. When I'm watching a game like that, the optics just look bad to me.
What are the optics, in your opinion?
In my opinion?
Yeah, what are the optics?
That a good team that was fully healthy with a top 5 player got blown out by 50 points.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's loud to me. That's loud to me. That's loud to me.
Okay.
That's loud to me more than a 10-point loss to the Thunder.
That's not loud to me. And again, I feel like I think you keep trying to omit where the Lakers are and where the Knicks are because when you say a team with a top 5 player, a team with an all-time great and a good point guard loses by 50, but we also know that this same healthy team is not a championship team in comparison to a team with a top 10 guard, however you want to judge Cat, one of the better offensive teams in the league in the Knicks, and has projections to go to the finals.
Yeah, right.
Lose by 10. Again, the weight is just different.
Different. And you could argue if you put those two starting 5s together, the Knicks and the Lakers, if you just
what you mean put them together
to create this, like, who's the better player of the two starting 5s? Like, who would you put one?
Jalen Brunson.
You would put Brunson number 1 over Luka? Okay. Yeah. You saying that with a straight face?
I mean it with a straight face.
That's crazy.
I mean it with a straight face.
Brunson, my dude, but Luka's just something else.
Luka Doncic is a great scorer, no doubt about it. He's lazy and he's soft.
Great facilitator.
He's lazy and he's soft. Did you hear what I said? He's lazy and he's soft. Jalen Brunson is none of those. Now, both of them don't play defense. I give you that.
Yeah. Like, I'm not even mentioning the defensive part. I'm just talking about just like he can rebound better than Jalen Brunson. He can facilitate better than Jalen Brunson. His shooting range is better than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, but if you ain't got to shoot from far, then having range don't really mean much. If you can shoot a 3-pointer,
but he's still better at that than him.
If you're asking me,
okay.
I'm
that's shocking, but you're putting the toughness criteria over other criteria. I understand that.
I can swap out. Luka Doncic is a more skilled basketball player than Jalen Brunson. I give you that. But but if you ask me to go on the war with somebody, and I'm sorry, I'm in playoff mode right now.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jalen Brunson. I know Jalen Brunson gonna go. He ain't gonna get tired. He ain't going he gonna go.
And let's be clear, Luka ripped the Wolves' hearts out a couple years ago in the playoffs. Like, we're just not gonna forget that.
Sure.
We're not gonna forget that.
I don't know, and don't ask me to go back and reminisce on that series. But I mean, like, who was tough on him? Who was tough on him? I know that because Jalen Brunson is undersized, he ain't 6'6".
Right.
He got to go. He go hard to the paint all day. He don't get tired. He know he got to go get knocked down.
Yeah.
He know he got to go get to the free throw line, and and his 3-pointer is good enough. He don't have to be 40 feet, 50 feet from the to shoot a jumper. If he can shoot 30 feet, I think that's the longest 3-pointer. If he can shoot 30 feet, then he good. Then we can shoot threes. 30 feet and 40 feet, the same 3-pointer.
Yeah, I don't disagree that he's tougher than Luka. I don't disagree with that.
What I'm saying is,
I think you're putting I think you're putting that piece of criteria higher than the other criteria.
Not necessarily. What I'm saying is that if Jalen, I would take for Luka Doncic's skill set. I don't need him to be able to shoot from 40. I don't.
Okay.
I don't need him to be that far out. I don't even need him to be that far out. That's some new age basketball shit. I don't need him to be that far out. So that skill, that range skill, I don't necessarily need that range skill like you're putting it out there. Like, he got more range than Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson can shoot threes just fine. I don't need 40. I don't need 40 feet. I just
said his range was better than Jalen's. Like, regardless of whether it matters or not, his range is still better.
Right. So it goes back to my point. Yes, Luka Doncic is more skilled in playing the game of basketball than Jalen Brunson, but he doesn't play the game of basketball better than Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Yeah, he can do tricky things like bounce the ball off the half court and make it hit the backboard and go into the rim. Like, that's a skill.
Fadeaways and
you know what I'm saying? That's a skill, but he don't play basketball better than Jalen Brunson. That's where I stand.
Okay. Yeah, we see it differently, but yeah, that's interesting. But let me get on to the next thing here. Angel Reese announced yesterday she's being traded from the Chicago Sky to the Atlanta Dream. The Chicago Sky has accepted 2 first-round picks for her. Listen, man, I know you're not into the W that much, but this was big news yesterday. This to me just kind of goes back to what happened last season. You and I talked about it a little bit, where she called the team out that they wasn't doing the things that needed to be done to be a playoff team, and called out some of the coaches, and then they gave her that half game suspension for conduct detrimental or whatever that was. And the moment that happened, I kind of knew, okay, this offseason's not gonna go great, just in terms of whether she's still with that team or not. And here we are with this trade. I'm happy for Angel Reese that she gets to go to a city that's going to embrace her. Let me tell you that. A better team. Let's talk a little bit more importantly about that. A playoff team from last year was a number 3 seed in the playoffs. They got upset by the Fever, but they get a better player to go along with what they have right now. So congratulations to Angel Reese for getting out of that dumpster fire in Chicago. Chicago's messed up a lot of players over the years. Elena Deladon, Kalia Copper, Candace Parker, just to name a few. They've made moves that just had you like figuring out, like what the hell are y'all doing? Like your moves make absolutely no sense. So I'm happy she's out of that situation and that she's into a better situation. And the marketing, and another marketing, she's genius at it. it's going to be a lot better, with her being in Atlanta. So congrats to
100%.
her.
Yeah, 100%. Kirk Cousins agent does it again. One more ride. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Raiders.
No.
Raiders.
Well, no,
Oh,
I was talking about the money. 20
oh.
mil. Another 20 mil in the bank.
So I got an issue with this. So not with the 1 year $20 million. So when this was announced, there was some crazy number that was broadcasted out there in the announcement that the deal was like 3 years and like 100 and something $1 million. I don't remember the exact figure,
Mm,
but it's really a 1 year deal for 20 million, but that's not what they promoted it
mm-hmm.
as. They promoted it as he's getting more money than the $20 million, which that's ridiculous. Like you said, like that dude's agent is something else, man. Like I got to figure out who this guy is.
Yeah. Nah, shout out to him.
How does dude keep getting guaranteed money,
I
bro?
ain't hating on that nigga, man. I ain't hating on that nigga, man. Let that nigga get his agent money.
How does dude get
Shout
guaranteed, fully
hey,
guaranteed contracts,
hey, that's
man?
what's up. Man, you sound a little why you put a little bass in your voice on that one, brother. Like you mad at that man for getting his money, man. Like you all right? You good?
Hey, look, man, I'm just trying to be consistent, unlike, other folks, man.
What?
Deshaun Watson, get a fully guaranteed contract, all hell break loose, you know. But, you know,
We talking about $20 million, bro. That's probably top backup.
it's still guaranteed. It's still fully guaranteed.
That's still probably
A lot
top.
of a lot of a lot of most guys that get 1 year $20 million aren't fully guaranteed. So
I
that's the
mean,
that's the that's the difference for me. It's the fully guaranteed part.
that's probably still top backup quarterback money. I mean, say what you want about Kirk Cousins, he is a top backup quarterback. I think the major difference I don't want to be putting this conversation, or I don't want to put this narrative out like I'm supporting one man getting guaranteed money and another man not getting guaranteed money. But
Hmm.
I mean, the major difference is that was the highest contract, not only of a quarterback at the time, but it was fully guaranteed. And I'm, whether he was worth the money or not, I won't get into that. This ain't record setting, the Kirk Cousins situation. That
No.
Deshaun Watson shit was record setting, and I
Yeah.
think that's the major difference. I
Yeah.
think that's the major difference.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hate on Kirk Cousins for getting $20 million fully guaranteed.
Hmm.
For being a backup, and again, he's probably going to be a top backup in the league, and it's only going to be 1 year, and like he hasn't put in 12, 13, 14 years of service in this league, whether right, wrong, or indifferent.
You think he starts week 1?
I hope not. I hope that rookie that they plan on drafting from Mendoza does, but he probably will.
Yeah. You mean you saying Kirk Cousins probably will start?
Probably will. Yeah, but I hope not.
Mhm. Yeah, there's been conversations about rookies starting their rookie year and stuff, and I say, look, if you make the investment early on, and rookie
Find out
contracts
right
aren't
now.
that, if you
Find out
make
right
that
now.
investment, but put
Y'all
put
not
them out
going
there,
nowhere. Like keep it real. Y'all not going no fucking where.
put them
Even
put
if
them.
Kirk Cousins played week 1, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all don't got no. Don't y'all. This is not a good team right now on paper. The
On paper,
Raiders.
it's not a good team.
It's not a good team. What
Yeah,
are we protecting?
yeah,
What are we
yeah.
protecting?
Right. Yeah, start the kid week 1.
Yeah,
I
but they
I
probably
I
will.
I get it. I get it. Like, the whole, well, you don't want to mess them up too early and blah blah blah. Well, that's what
Man,
training camp is for. That's what the preseason's for, y'all.
mess him up to do what? Like
Like, what are
we
we what are
playing
we talking about?
football. We're
What
playing
are, what
football.
what are
Messing
we
him
talking
up for
about?
what?
He ain't gonna be David Carr. Like, he
I
ain't
don't
gonna
know
be
what
that.
he's gonna be, but
He ain't gonna be that.
I don't know what he's gonna be. But I know this: you get drafted number 1, you should start. It's not like it's not like they bringing him into Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Where they got
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I get it. I
you
get it.
like this is a losing team, dog. Like you got the spot to get somebody to change your culture.
Hmm. Yeah.
What
No,
the
I get
fuck
it.
Kirk Cousins is saving him from?
I get it. But like you said, they might start Kirk
They
Cousins week
probably will
one.
start. I don't. My guess is that they're
That
gonna
man, that
start
man
Kirk Cousins.
agent, that man agent might have something to do with that too.
Yeah,
You never know.
I don't know, and he'll probably the story of week one will probably be Kirk Cousins plays a decent game, or
Hmm.
they'll say he plays a good game, and he had two
Oh, 350
touchdowns.
yards passing.
I don't
And
even think he's gonna have that much. I think he's gonna have like a strong 250, two touchdowns, and then they gonna be like, well, that's the reason to start in week two.
hmm Yep. Until he had one of them 3-4 interception games, and then
Well,
it's
the
gonna be
problem
time
is
for the rookie.
the problem is that they're gonna lose the game. That's the problem. They're gonna lose week one amongst his good performance. It'll be
Yeah.
good enough to start week two. They'll probably lose week two, and then the clamors will start up. He'll play
hmm
his third game and be bad, and play his fourth game and be mid, and they'll be 1-3. They'll likely win on the third game where he plays mid, and then they'll be 1-3 and saying, "Oh man, we need to bring the rookie in."
hmm
It's like, what did you save him for? What? You for one game, your total record is going to be 6 and fucking 11. Like, what are we doing? If that, what are we doing?
On paper.
I don't know.
On paper.
I did
One
want to
last
talk
thing.
about. Oh, you got one last thing. Well, you got one last thing. Then I got one last thing. I was going to let it ride.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one last thing, man. Just give a congratulations to the new Basketball Hall of Fame inductees. Elena Deladon, Candace Parker, Doc Rivers, and Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah,
So
like I did see that, and
mhm.
no, please don't take this as shade.
Okay.
Please don't.
Okay.
And anybody listening, please don't take this as shade.
Okay.
I looked at Amari Stoudemire and said,
hmm
Hall of Famer. And I meant to go back and kind of like look at his career to be kind of reminded of, why this was a thing.
Yeah.
Um, but congratulations nonetheless, because I didn't do the research. So I'm not gonna come
Oh,
out
you
here and
did. Oh,
say.
okay. I thought you was
So
gonna
I'm
come
not.
to
Yeah,
your
no. So I'm not gonna
conclusion
come
that.
out. No. I'm not. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna say congratulations
Okay.
because whether I feel you deserve it or not, somebody else did, and you got there. So far be it for
hmm
me to hate from my living room, of my 2-bedroom apartment. Far be it for me. But
Yeah.
I just thought about it, and I was like, man, I don't remember. I mean, I remember them runs in Phoenix. I remember
Yep.
what he was to the Knicks, but I didn't feel like, man, Hall of Famer. So I do need to do my research, but I didn't. So I don't have
Yeah.
anything to back up any type of a take. So I'll
Yeah.
just say congratulations.
So I'm happy for him. Just
Obviously,
he played for the Knicks. He revived the Knicks the one year he got there in 2011, and I know it didn't end so great with the Knicks, but looking back at it too, looking back at his run with Phoenix, those offenses with Steve Nash and Sean Marion and Mike D'Antoni running those offenses and things like that. The pick and roll was crazy back then. On paper, it doesn't feel like a Hall of Fame resume. And I thought that's what you were trying to allude to, but like
well,
you
the
said, you didn't
reason
do the
why I
research.
didn't do the research, so I'm not going to say I don't know what he did in college. I don't know and that's why I
Yeah,
didn't say nothing because I
right,
know that's
right, right,
it's not just the NBA, it's the entire
right,
thing
right.
with the NBA. So I didn't want
Yeah.
to I don't want to come out here and be like this nigga didn't deserve to be a Hall of Famer without
Mhm.
knowing anything. So that's why I didn't want to say that.
I will say
You said it.
this on paper,
You said
it
it, bro,
doesn't. It
not
does.
me.
Yeah, I'm right
Yeah.
here. I'm right here, people. I'm saying it as a
Flip it
Knicks
up.
fan. As a Knicks fan, Amari Stoudemire's resume on paper is not a Hall of Fame resume, but congratulations to him on achieving that. So I'll leave it at that.
I am I gotta give credit to Shaquille O'Neal, man, because you know what? When he sees the disparity in the Black African American community, he makes it his business to try and fill that disparity, to fill that void. I remember back in the days when Nike gave all these basketball players shoes, and You know, he even had the Reebok deal back in the day, but he says, you know what I want to do? I want to make shoes for people who can't afford these Nikes and these Reeboks, and he made the Shaqs. You know what I'm saying? And why I would have never in my life bought a pair of those Shaquille O'Neals from Walmart. You know what I'm saying? The idea that you filled that void for people who had no choice. Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal. In 2026, amidst some sort of I guess they was covering the college basketball tournament, and you know, he spoke about
he popped up on the pregame or something like that, right?
Yeah, he did. He did something of that ilk. I saw it in passing. You know, I didn't watch the tournament.
I saw a clip of it, by the way. I wasn't watching the pregame, and then he popped up. This was on my timeline.
Yeah, as well as mine. So Shaquille O'Neal knows the disparity in the dunk contest, y'all. He realized that you NBA stars was not getting in the dunk contest, and you was ruining the aura, the vibe of the dunk contest, and thereby of the All-Star weekend. And Shaq took it upon himself once again to say, hey, there's a disparity in the dunking market. And you know what he did, Trey? He introduced the Dunk Man League. The Dunk Man League is where he's going to pay professional dunkers to have dunk contests, and it's going to be an actual league. So for all you guys who was missing all the flavorful and eventful dunks, you are now going to be able to get it in a league.
Am I going to see Ant-Man in this league?
You're not. You're going to see the likes of people who were not good enough to play basketball, so they did dunks. They might work at Amazon.
Okay.
They might be grocery cart workers or cashiers. Hell, they might be maintenance technicians or project managers like me and yourself.
Okay.
But these guys will be dunking for Shaquille O'Neal's Dunk Man League, and once again, Shaquille O'Neal has served the community.
Okay. Props to Shaq.
This is halfway sarcasm, by the way.
The reason I'm like really about to go crazy here is because somebody actually got up on the timeline and said that this new Dunkman League was gonna just shatter everything about the current NBA dunk contest and all this stuff. And it's like, my guy, like, can you let the thing like form itself first before you start making proclamations?
I will say this. Shaq has done this before, not the league, but the tournament type of thing. And let's be very, very clear. I've seen it, and I've seen some of these people on social media. Let's be very, 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 very clear. Let me make myself painstakingly clear. These dunks are better than any you've seen on the dunk contest.
Okay.
By far.
Okay.
By far. Let me start with that.
Okay.
The sarcasm comes from hey dog, hey Amazon worker, I don't know you. I don't care.
And that's the point I'm trying to get to indirectly, because all them dunks is better. They look great than in the dunk contest.
They're gonna be fire. I'm just never gonna watch it.
You gonna draw eyeballs to that? How you gonna get eyeballs to that? If it's Smo Joe, doing a windmill dunk.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? They be doing some different shit. Let me be very, very clear. They be doing some other shit. But
you gotta draw me to the tube. You gotta draw me to the TV. Like,
and sarcasm, because I know I'm not gonna watch unless something go crazy go viral or something, give me a reason to watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. But Shaq gave him a platform. Now it's up to these guys.
Yeah, no, I get it.
To make something happen. So I'm being halfway sarcastic because I don't really care. But I also am saying to those people in this opportunity, hey man, make the best of it for real. Like, make the best of it. Because maybe first week Motherfucker, do it. Look, I remember the
Come on, don't
greatest.
sound like a hater, man. Come on, man.
No, I
Don't do
remember
it.
this. No. This is not hate. I'm very clear. Let me be very clear on my point.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it unless it gives me a reason to watch. That's where Maestro stands.
Yeah, I agree. I like what you're saying to me, like all the details. I'm not excited to be.
At all. It was sarcasm. I thought you was gonna pick up on the sarcasm and you didn't. It's fine. But I remember NBA Live 2006, Trey, on PlayStation 2, where they had the dunk contest inside the game, and I used to always pick Carmelo Anthony because for some reason I could master the lob front flip, between the leg dunk, and I would win with that. These motherfuckers, that some of the shit I seen, these motherfuckers is capable of some of the shit that I used to try to imitate and do on NBA Live 06.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna watch it.
But until I see that. Now let me be clear. If I see a motherfucker top of the key, lob it, front flip, catch it, between the leg, dunk, I might start watching. But until then, hey.
And you're right. You're right. I did not catch up on the sarcasm because I was so caught up in why the hell this nigga talking about, this is gonna exceed, the dunk contest. Like, I was so caught up in that thing.
That's what Shaq said. He said since y'all won't do it. But look, man, the one thing I have crazy faith about Michael Tyler's a book I read in the past couple of years. It's only crazy until it happens. So, man, hey, get Shaq a shot. Shaq is crazy right now. But when it happens, or if it happens, he's going to be a genius. Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal.
This businessman, man.
But I do think this is going to end out where he's just crazy. I do feel that way.
Okay. Yeah. Can't deny the business acumen for sure.
Can't deny the ability to dream and execute goals.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate y'all in the chats. Yokai in the chat, IG Live. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Continue to follow us on those platforms. Check us out on IG at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Also on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2. If you got questions, comments, hit us up on the email, barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com. So that's it for the show. Y'all have a great rest of the week. Love, peace, and happiness to everybody out there. And as always, like we say, mind your damn business.
Drink some water.
Oh yeah, we got him. Trey, Frazier, and Maestro Styles, we got one. Right back like we left some. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.